Hello everyone, welcome back to Porkies Collectibles. Today we have another great video for you. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of what I'm sending to PSA. First video, if you haven't checked it out, please go ahead and check it out. I showed the first half of what I'm sending to PSA and I talked about what I'm sending now, what I'm sending later, and what I'm holding off. But before we start, please like and subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, and check out our eBay page where we constantly update new items for sale. So without further ado, let's go jump right into the other half. I did get a comment for the first video talking about how I didn't mention about turnaround times. So I will briefly talk about that as well, because not only is it about the grading levels in terms of the value of the cards, but also the turnaround time for when you will get the cards back, or when the PSA will process your cards and then when you finally get your card back. So one thing about turnaround times is now PSA no longer gives an estimated turnaround time because they don't even really know, because they have so many submissions. Turnaround times is not really a thing for them to figure out, but they do have complete through days or dates where they'll say which for each level or each service level, Super Express, Express, Normal, Economy, they'll tell you what cards or which submissions they have finished already. So they'll say for let's just say Normal, they'll say that their complete through date is through March 5th. That means that all submissions that have been submitted by March 5th have been processed and have been completed. Before, a year ago, turnaround times had more issue. For Normal, they didn't have Normal. Even for Express, the Normal submissions before that were submitted were taking a year and a half. And then it drastically changed. So if you went Express, it would drop down for a couple of months. And then if you're Super Express, a couple of weeks. And then walk through, obviously, only a couple of days, maybe even right away. That being said, now it seems PSA is caught up and they're opening new services and making it easier for people. I've actually talked to some people and I've researched where actually Normal and Express only take about a month now. So the difference between each level in terms of turnaround time is way faster. There have been submissions of ultra modern cards where they get it back within 3 to 4 weeks for Normal submission, and then 2 to 3 weeks for Express, and Super Express about 2 weeks. So in terms of turnaround time, I believe it is a lot better now. So if you don't have to worry about it coming back in a year, which I know affects a lot of people, and the comment did mention that the services are named after how fast you get them back, especially like, Super Express, Express Normal. So those are things that used to be more of a factor, especially if you're flipping cards. If you're buying the new Astral Radiance, if you want to be the first one to get a PSA 10 and turn it around to sell high on PSA, which I don't do, then you want to send it at a higher higher level to get it back faster. For me personally, as a collector and for a long time investor, that does not affect me. For me, I like to collect, so if I get it back before it was like a year more, I wasn't that phased. But now that the submission levels are so close to each other, I don't mind waiting an extra month or two to save $50 to $75 a card. If it's $50 a card, 10 cards, it's $500 I'm saving. It's a huge difference, especially for collectors or people that are tight on budgets. It's really good to check out, but also make sure to do your research, because each card's value and what you want to do with the card really matters. So it's case by case. Really figure out what you want to do with the cards, if it's correct. I did mention that I would never like to be upcharged or overpay, but make sure you check out the condition of the cards, like I mentioned before, and also see what submission levels you should really apply to. One last thing I will mention though is that if you send it into a higher level, you do get it faster, and I think they take more care with your package because it is a higher value item. I don't think they're gonna mess with it as much. So there's an added security, as well as what they say by value of the cards. They say they use it for estimating the insurance, or just in case a card get damaged on the way there or the way back, they can file claims. I wanted to make sure I was clear about that, and thanks for the comments from that one person mentioning that it's not just about the value of the card, but also the turnaround times. Let's talk about my actual submissions. So we're gonna make it into 3 categories here. We're gonna put cards here that I'm no longer submitting, cards I'll submit later, and then finally cards I will be sending relatively soon. One last thing to mention, PSA also are bringing back new services. They brought back their silver tier membership. So there will be specific events where only members can submit them, so you have a leg up on people in terms of submitting it and you get the best grading fees. They are talking about bringing back gold and platinum membership. So make sure to check that out. I'm waiting for those because I want the best deal and the best service possible. I don't mind waiting a little bit longer to grade these. I've already waited 2 years. I can wait a couple more months. That's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and jump right in. First cards we're going to go over are from the first edition Team Rocket set. These cards were all fresh pack pulled. These ones are really cool because Team Rocket is probably the first set that have dark Pokemon. So the dark gold bat, you'll see a lot of dark ones. So dark gold bats. Everything I have is, in my opinion, PSA 8 or above. I'm hoping for all 9s. I don't need 10s. 9s are fine with me. So for this one, I will send it in later because I don't believe it will command a value of $500 to $99, which is normal. Actually, that's for economy. So maybe we'll wait and see what kind of deals they have for the other memberships. We have Dark Alakazam. Try to make sure you see the swirl. I really like that spotlight coming down. This is one of my favorite cards from the Team Rocket set. One of my not so favorite, Dark Hypnose, probably one of the creepiest Pokemon there is. Hypnotizes kids and eat their dreams. So these ones I'm holding off. Normally for these ones, Dark Blastoise, nice swirl right near the tail. I would send this one in right away. This one's actually not first edition. All the other ones have been first edition. But I want complete sets. So if I want to send them in, I'm going to send them on at the same time because I want sequential numbers. For some collectors that matters. And for me, if you notice in the back, I have Legendary Collections complete sequential sets of PSA graded cards. So that is something I want to do. I know PSA is a lot more expensive and I thought I would never get a chance to do it again. But in the future, I will look for trying to complete sets in PSA with sequential numbers. So here's Dark Dragonites, probably the second most desired card from the set after the Charizard. I really like this artwork, the one where it looks like Dugtrio busted into someone's house. Very unfortunate, kind of great if you don't live in the Pokemon world where Pokemon can just bust into your house like that. But the artwork for this one is amazing. It reminds me of like the alternate arts now. It's probably one of the few cards instead like this Dragonite here where there's no artwork in the back. The artwork for this one is amazing. I have 2 of them. I will be sending in both. Dark Machamp. These ones are all going to be sent in later. Dark Magneton. I really like that one with that human shadow right there. Dark Slowbro. I know there's a lot of people that are Slowbro collectors. Here comes Team Rocket. Probably one of the ones that are less valued because there's not very much holographic, but it's still an iconic card because it's Jesse, James, and Meowth. Here we go. Is a Dark Charizard first edition non-holographic. The only one that's non-holographic. In the last video you've even seen it. I think I have 4 first edition holo ones already. So this one I want to send in. I don't believe this will get a 10 just because of how the centering is. The centering is slightly off. It might be like a nick or 2 in the back for whitening. Charizard. This one, depending on the grade, it will vary. If it's a PSA 9, it will value above 500, anywhere between, I would say closer to $1,000. So if it's closer to $1,000, it's $999 or below. And then I mentioned before turnaround times, but turnaround times are a lot better now. I would say I would send this in a normal submission just because there's no point for me to send it express if it becomes an 8. At an 8, you're looking at maybe $600. Which is a big difference between normal and express. It is a $50 difference. And Charizard cards, they have been going down. They've definitely been up since a couple years ago when they were $30, maybe like 4 years ago. So it's a loss that I feel like a couple weeks extra will save me the money. I'm not in a huge rush as a collector. So this is going to be normal submission. I will break down normal and express. I don't believe I have anything that will be going super express. Even if I did, I will probably just send it in express, and if I get upcharged, I get upcharged. Got another base set Charizard. gotta remember, there's no swirls for the base set because they were still using the star patterns. Not until later, but I think base set 2 when they started doing those the different kind of Cosmos holo. So I have a Blastoise as well. I will have to do a sequential base set at one point, so I might hold off a set of these to be graded altogether. But this one also, I actually will send this off later because I don't believe it will value between $500 and $999. Same with this Blastoise. I will send that off later. This Blastoise here, if you notice, there's a difference between the two. The one on the left is a shadowless, and the one on the right is the unlimited version. Shadowless definitely commands a higher value. It is the in-between print between first edition and base set, and if you're obviously a collector, you know the difference, but you know sometimes you do miss it. But differences, I've had videos explaining it, but there are differences between the two, but shadowless is going to be more expensive. I will send this one in normal submission, so this will go with the Charizard. Now, other shadowless cards other than the big three, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, I'm going to send them in later. Unless they get above 9 or above, they're not going to demand a high price. So these ones, I'm going to shift these down real quick because there's going to be a lot I'm going to send off later. Probably summertime, PSA will announce something. They did mention that they will be doing lower tiers, so I'll be keeping an eye on that. Here is a Hitmonchan Shadowless. This is the Black Star promo number 13 Venusaur. This one's actually pretty expensive if you can get it in a PSA 9 or 10, especially a 10. I think TCA Gaming paid like 10K for one like a year ago. Don't quote me on that, but this card is really hard to get in PSA 10 because of print lines and everything, especially how it was packaged in the Nintendo Power, I think, sleeve in the magazines. They would shift around and get damaged. So the promos are sometimes really hard to get in a really high grade, hence why there's a high demand in high grades for these cards. For this one, I will send it off later as well. Probably my favorite card from Flashfire, the Secret Rare, number 108 out of, what is it, 106? Yes. 108 out of 106. There is a number 69 for this card as well as a different M Charizard Secret Rare, which is number 107. But that one's the regular colored orange Charizard, but just Mega Evolution of that. And a number 13 version of that one as well. I know that was a mouthful, but this is the one that you want to invest in. But a side note, this card is probably the most notorious for fakes and proxies out there. I remember I got scammed once when a couple years ago. I see so many fakes of these, so be really careful when buying these cards. They're the easiest to fake on when you're seeing pictures on eBay and other stuff, and even store owners and even reputable sellers will have fake ones because they don't know about it because they bought it from somewhere else. So just keep that in mind. Really pay attention to these cards. This one also will be sent off later. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of Charizard right now. Like I said before, Charizard isn't my favorite Pokemon. It is up there, but it just commands such a high value that it's kind of necessary for me to send these off. So that one is also from Flashfire. That's the full art version. One of the best secret ones in my opinion from Plasma Blast, I believe. Plasma Blast or Plasma Storm. I can't really remember. That era was a little bit iffy for me, but this is a secret rare version of it. There is a Blastoise as well. This one, depending on condition, I will send normal. Blaine's Charizard really depends on condition. If it's below, if it's 8, if it's a 7, it definitely will command the value. So this one will go here because I believe this will actually end up pulling about an 8. And 8 won't be above $500 in my opinion, especially since it's not first edition. This one is the reverse from Expedition. This Charizard is my favorite of the two. Here's the other version of it. They're both really cool, but I like this one. These ones will be sent off later as well. Dark Charizard, holographic, non-first edition. This one also will be sent off later. I guess I have a 5th Dark Charizard first edition. This one has a nice swirl right there. This will be sent via normal submission. $500 to $999. I keep mentioning over and over, but you know, I like to mention it. Stormfront Charizard, Secret Rare. This looks like the original. Do I have one right here? Kind of looks like the same as that card right there. It's like a reprint, but one of my favorite reprints. This one will be sent normal submission as well. Shining Charizard. This one will be sent. Unfortunately, this one, well, I can't say unfortunately. This won't be sent via express. Normal value, it will not fall between $500 to $909 just because of, if it gets an 8, it's already above that. I believe it's probably closer to $1,000. Cards I'm no longer submitting because I already have a PSA 10 version of this, and then the hype has slightly died down, so the value of these cards I do not see, it's not worth it in my opinion. And like I said, I already have a PSA 10, so I will actually not send these off to be graded anymore. So these are probably the first cards I'm going to be placing over here of cards I'm no longer grading. Shattered Ice Charizard. This is from, I believe, this one from Stormfront also. I believe this is from Stormfront. This must be the promo version. Anytime the Shattered Glass version of it where it looks like the hollow pattern, usually it's a promo, except for maybe the ones from Leaf Green Fire Red EX era. I think there's the Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos, which are secret rares. This one I will send off later. I will actually send these off later as well. These are the CD promos. I have 2 of them. No swirl on that one. Another secret rare. I know I said this many times in the other video, but secret rares are great. Another secret rare. Look at that nice swirl right in the corner. This one will be via normal submission because of how I determined the grade for that one. I believe that will probably get a 9. So the value of that will probably be closer to $800. It's a guess. I haven't looked at the recent prices because of the fluctuations. This is from EX Crystal Guardians. This is the one that is reverse holographic because it actually has the stamp in EX era. All reverses, well, I can't say all, the later EX series sets of that series have stamps that denote that they're the reverse version. So there you go. This is the reverse Charizard. I will send that off later as well. I'm trying to minimize my costs, so things I'm sending off later for better pricing. Normal versus Express, because normal is at 100, Express is at 150 right now. This is the Japanese version, first edition of the Stormfront one I just showed. This one also will be sent off later. Right here is one of the lottery promos from Japan. This one will be sent off later as well. This one I really like. This is the Players Club promo Eevee. This one will be going via normal. Mizaki Alakazam, nice sword right there. This is going to go normal submission. Typhlosion from the lottery promo as well. This is going to go actually later. For Alligator, also be sent off later. Web promo first edition, nice holographic as well. This one will be sent off later. Pretty much any of the Japanese cards I will be sending off later just because I don't believe that PSA really understands the value. Understand the value of Japanese cards unless they're really iconic cards like the Mario Pikachu or the Poncho Pikachus, the ones that really demand price or they know about it. Next, we have the error cards, the Naked Misty, the ones where it looks like Sabrina is flipping you off, which I guess I don't really see that as an issue. But these ones I'm no longer submitting just because I can probably pick up a PSA 9 for pretty cheap instead of me grading these right now. If I can find one really cheap, I will buy them. If not, maybe way down the line, if they go down to like $10 a card or $20 a card, I might end up grading at 1 each. Lugia EX, excuse me. This one is the best card in my opinion from Unseen for other than the gold stars. But Lugia EX, Lugia's demand a good price. This one will be sent via normal submission. And here's what I was talking about earlier. Here's the Cracked Ice Hollow Secret Rares from EX Fire, Leaf Green Fire Red. These 2 I will be sending off later as well. Umbreon EX. This one will be sent via normal submission. First edition Gold Star Vaporeon. Gold stars demand a higher premium. but this one will be sent via normal submission. This one is the Gold Star Pikachu. I already had the English one. This one will be sent via normal submission as well. Gold Star Reggie Rock. Let's just shift things over really quickly. I think I have too many for the normal submissions. This one also go for normal submissions because I don't believe it go over $1,000. Raikou Gold Star as well will go via normal. Screen Promo Pikachu. This one's really cool. This one will go normal. I will be upcharged, but at the same time, I don't know what the value is at now, but it might have dipped below $1,000. So I don't think I will be upcharged actually. So that will go via normal. This is probably my cleanest birthday Pikachu, not to be mistaken with the birthday Pikachu from Celebrations, the original birthday Pikachu. I believe this one will get a PSA 10. This one I'm gonna actually send off in normal, and then we'll see from there. This is the alternate art from back in the day. Like, nice swirl right there. This is the Delta Species Pikachu. This is a promo card from the, I believe, X and Y era, black and white era. I'm trying to remember. I think it was black and white. Should say on there. From 2006. Oh, this is EX era? Oh yeah, this is EX era. So this one I will hold off for now, send it off later. These ones from Rising Rivals, the reprint but in holographic version. And then the Flying Pikachu as well. These will be sent off later as well. More modern cards. The Charizard VMAX. This one has been printed to Oblivion and graded to Oblivion. I want to grade my own, but at the same time, this is not priority. So I'm going to hold off grading it for now. These ones I can pick up for way cheaper. The M Venusaur EX. Even though I really like the textures for these full arts, I'm pretty sure I can pick it up for like a PSA 9 for under $100. It's better than me trying to grade it right now. Same with this Umbreon GX. I'm going to hold on the more ultra modern cards. Pikachu VMAX. This one will be graded later because this is the secret rare or the chase card for Vivid Voltage. Definitely really hard to pull. Like 1 in 1,000 something packs to pull this card. Personally, I have not pulled this card. Shining Celebi. This one will be set via normal submission. Looks like the so far only Shining Charizard has been put into Express, which is fine with me. This is from the Shiny Vault EV in Japanese. This one I'm no longer sending it off. Heracross First Edition. I will hold off on that one for now. Pichu. This one is in very good condition, hence why I was going to grade it. This one will be graded at a later time. Shining Mew from the Koro magazine. This one is really hard to get in PSA 10 because of the miscuts that always going on with this card. This one will go via normal submission. And then we have this beautiful Neo Revelation Japanese version of the Shining Magikarp. This one I will actually end up setting this one Express because I believe I will be upcharged for that. Reverse Charizard from the Skyridge set. Now this one is a little bit tricky. Like I said before, the grade will determine what cost or the final value of the card will be. And PSA will determine, what it is and how it's going to end up a PSA 9 or a 10. I highly doubt this is going to be a 10. A 9 is below $1,000. It might have changed now. So this one is going via normal submission. And then our final two cards, we have these Crystal Ho-Oh and Crystal Kabutops. These are also from Skyridge. These are the regular holographics. This set, at one point I had a chance to buy the full set for PSA 10 for like, what was it, $6,000. Missed out on that one. But anyways, this one will be sent via normal submission as well because unless they're a PSA 10, even at PSA 10, it might not command $1,000 for it. So let's go over one last thing. If they do get PSA 10s, everything in here pretty much will be over the normal submission, get bumped up. But you gotta remember, PSA 10s are not just given out. I mean, maybe nowadays, but it really depends on the grader. But if those go to PSA 10, I'm happy to pay the extra money for it. But realistically, it's really hard to get a whole bunch of PSA 10s, especially for higher end vintage cards. Let's just do a really quick recap of what I'm setting in. These two will be sent via Express. And then let's just run through one more time in case you fast forward towards the end to see what cards I have. So this will appease you guys. We got a Ho-Oh, Kabutops. These are for normal submissions that I'll be sending off. Crystal Charizard, Shining Mew, Shining Celebi, Birthday Pikachu, Screen Promo Pikachu, Raikou Gold Star, Reggie Rock Gold Star, Japanese Pikachu Gold Star. We got a Vaporeon Gold Star, Umbreon EX, Lugia EX, Misaki Alakazam, and then we have the Players Club promo for the Eevee. We got a Charizard, another Charizard, then we got a Dark Charizard, a Secret Rare Charizard. The other two were Secret Rares other than the Dark Charizard, Shadowless, Blastoise, and 2 regular base set Charizards. That was a lot to take in. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you really liked any of these cards or if you sent off to PSA recently and got your submissions back really quickly. I've really enjoyed showing off my cards. I know it's a lot of fun seeing what people are collecting. And these ones are not just something I collected over a year or two. These have been collected over 10 years now, maybe more. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you. Bye.